Hi to all. So today I want to show you some new features of ixCube for 10. Features that maybe nobody uses till today. So let's make a complex model, but very simple in a few steps, very fast. So let's start making a vertical UGS. So UGS vertical by 2 points, like that. And let's go into the CAD tools, browser, and create a new layer. Let's rename this layer CAD and activate it, so all my drawings will go into this CAD layer. So I will draw now just a nurbs curve, something like this. E. Here you see the E to end, and we have made this nice nurbs curve. Let's change the color of the CAD layer so maybe you can see it better. Okay. So I will use now the mirror tool. Mirror this curve and create a copy. Yes, create a copy and mirror it like that. So UGS world, I'll get this curve here and move it away. I am keeping the shift key, so I am moving it in parallel to the previous curve, and these are my two curves like that. Let's move it even in the other direction. Okay, so this is my top one, this is my bottom one. I will get this one and move it up like that. So a common task here. First of all, let's measure. Let's see how long these curves are in plan. This is 21 meters. Let me change the units. Here, the units, I want to see units in meters. Okay, so 21 meters is the length. And let's measure the other side. And this one is nearly 8 meters. Okay, so I want to create now a membrane connected to these two curves. We have 21 meters in the x direction and nearly 8 meters in the y direction. I will create a new layer and call it membrane. Activate the new layer and go to the FEM tools, and so let's create a mesh, quad mesh. So the number of points in the x direction, I want a mesh nearly 1 meter by 1 meter, so I will input 22 points, and the vertical I want 8 meters, so I want 9 points. Remember that the first line we create will be the U direction, so I will just click here and make a mesh like this and close. That's it. Now let me save this model. Curved. Okay. Of course, now our problem is to fix the membrane over these two curves. So for us, these are two fixed beams. And okay, let's use now in the FEM tools. I will use the select edge, select chain, zoom in near the chain and select the first one. So I have selected my first chain, and I'm going to use this tool here, deform chain to curve. Okay, it's asking me for the chain origin, this point here, and then select the curve, this one, right click, and we can see how the edge will be deformed over the curve. If we are happy with this, we can flip it if we're not happy, like that. So I will flip it again and apply. So we have adapted the mesh over that curve there. Let's do the same for the other edge. So again, select chain, zoom in and select this chain, and recall the tool deform chain to curve. Click on this point, it's the origin, and select the curve, this one. The curve is, the orientation is okay, so you just can click on apply. That's it. Now you can apply properties. I will double click on my membrane. So my membrane is type membrane, nonlinear behavior, form find deformable, and I just want pre-constrained. I will leave the other values as default. My edges, my first edge, this one here is, I will call it beam, and my other edge, I will call it beam. So I am double clicking on these items with the control key held down, so I am able to select multiple items. The type of these are beam elements. They are linear, but I'm not interested in the structural behavior, so we will flag them fixed. I will just select a small tube here, select the other two chains, the first and the other one, the last one, and these are cable elements, nonlinear behavior, form find deformable. Form find deformable means that the cable is connected to the membrane. The seed, 10 millimeter diameter seed. The C value, I will leave it to 20. Okay. I will save this one here. So we are ready for form finding. So just run the form finder, and that's our shape. If I want to see the membrane stresses, activate the form finding post process, and we want to see the stresses in the membrane. Let's hide the membrane mesh so we can see better the colors. And this is my membrane. Take off this. There's a new feature. We know that the membrane, if we look from one on the top side of the membrane, we see the membrane colored. In this case, it's blue. Looking it at the negative side, the membrane is transparent, and this means that this is the bottom side of the membrane. This is very important because when we go into patterning, this will be the top side of the patterns, and this will be the bottom side of the patterns. But for visualization purposes, it's not so nice, because if I want to see how the membrane works, I don't see the bottom part. For this reason, there's a new option in Settings, Preferences, Double-Sided Materials. So once I activate the double-sided materials, if I go into the Render Materials tab, drag and drop new material on the membrane, I can see it both double-sided. So once I can see it double-sided, for example, I can go into the sun, activate the sun, Select the month, the day, and an hour. We activate the ground plane, and to see the shadows I need a real time, and so I can see the shadowing of this membrane here. If I move the hour, we can see how it changes, and the day also, of course the month. That's it. This is the end of this short and nice tutorial. Thank you.